Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. When Monkey was here today and this weekend, he gave me a server that he bought but would never really be using. It's called a HP 1600. It's from 2009. It's a monster. It's not very powerful. In fact, modern PCs totally outdo it. It's really badly, and I mean really badly, how can I put it? It doesn't have the best reputation. It's extremely inefficient. The power supply, it has two 750 watt power supplies built into it. Let's just put on a little picture of it. It's got some of the weakest CPUs you could ever in there. It's got one of them at the moment, but there's another one on the way. Funny fact, to buy a new CPU for it, the CPU was £1.95. It's that bad. Nobody wants this CPU. Nobody wants it. It's horrible. But I want to just get dual core in there to start with, while I mess around with a few things. Well, not dual core, but dual CPU. It's, how can I put this? An adventure in futility. Even if you were given one of these free, most people wouldn't use them. It's very, very, very power inefficient. And there's something I'm going to go do now. I'm just going to pause this to show you something. So give me a sec. This is going to be interesting. So I'll pause this now and just go do something. Okay. I don't know if any of you know about how decibel meters work. Now, I've just been in test. I just turned on the server downstairs and did a test with it. Let me just find my... where was you? I've got an audible meter here that I was sound meter. No. The average in this is about... It bounces around a bit. But this is just normal talking levels, 45 decibels and all that kind of thing. Computers and things like that. I did go down to take a picture. But of course, the decibel meter is on my phone, which I take pictures with, and it's like, I couldn't do it, so. 97 decibels is what the noise of that server runs at. That is in the area, 97 decibels. Let me look up what 97 decibels is on the chart. Okay, to put it into perspective, remember this is... 97, anything above anything between 80 and 90 can cause hearing loss or damage due to thingy. It's not a good thing. To put an example, normal conversation, what we were just doing, is between 60 and 70 decibels. Business office between 60 and 65. But it isn't, I think it's an algorithmic. It's double. I just got to check that. Okay, yeah. Decibel meter isn't linear. It's algorithmic, which means that a 10 decibel increase corresponds to a 10-fold increase in sound intensity, and a 3 decibel increase represents a doubling of the sound pressure levels. So, to put that in perspective, with 60, 65, 70 normal conversation, vacuum cleaner 75, or chamber music in a small auditorium 75 to 85, telephone dial tone, the old style telephone dial tone 80, city traffic 85, what we actually got. I wonder if it's got a miss history. Actually was 97. 97. That's staying in the same room as the server will be damaging to your hearing over time. It's equivalent to something like a subway train at 200 feet, or a Walkman. It's very strange. It's like a Walkman on 5 of 10 volume. Shows how old the actual system is. 5 of 10 is a 94, but 97 is, you're doubling that. You're doubling the intensity. You're doing maximum. So I believe 3 on top. Yeah. And so the server's loud. If I'm going to keep it, it's going to be put in the shed at the back bottom of the garden. See, part of me is like, but I don't like this. This is like, and part of me is like, oh my God, this is amazing. See, this is the thing. Let me just show you another picture of it. Let's grab another picture of it. Okay, there we are. Let's turn it in. We've got a picture. Right. Let me expand that picture. This thing is pristine. This is a 16-year-old server. And there is no rust. There is no breakdown of anything. Everything, it looks like it's brand fucking new. It looks like it may have been used a couple of times and then put away. And I've just realised something. I'm going to have to get some memory for it, which I can't afford to do at the moment. I've got to wait. But yeah. It is in gorgeous, absolutely fucking gorgeous condition. The motherboard is in better condition than some stuff you would see out of a modern machine. There's not one bit of moisture damage, not one bit of thingy that you... Everything is perfect. Even the fans, there's no dust or anything in them. This thing looks like it was run for a few minutes to test that it worked. It was probably found in a box and people didn't want to use it because it was a 2009. And it's amazing. So on one level, I absolutely adore it because it's technology and I love technology. You all know that. Part of my technology affinity, I've always wanted to have one of these old servers. And now I've got one and it's like, this fucking thing's a monster. So on the plus side, it's wonderful. On the bad side, it was created before energy efficiency. Before anything like that. Each of those fans on it, it's got 10 fans, I believe. 10 fans, or in fact I can check on the picture. Why am I guessing when I've got a picture of the actual fans somewhere in here? We've got a picture that does show the fans. Come on, where's that picture? Come on, where are you? Where's the picture? Ah, there's the fat picture. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. There's 8 fans in it, and each one of those fans draws 20. I think it was 28 watts. 28 watts. They're not the small milliamp fans that you get in normal things. These things run at high pressure, high volume air transfer. And so therefore, just having the fans on, you are coming close to over almost 200 watts worth of power, of almost 200 watts worth of usage. They will idle down after a while, but still you're going to be drawing a lot. and then each of the SCSI drives in it are not the most efficient, and the actual entire system, you lose 15% of power. You lose because of how bad the power supplies are in this fucking unit. You lose 15% of power as your wall socket power goes into the power supplies, and through them, before it even touches anything, you lose 15%. It's like, this was built for big server farms in America where they didn't really care about electricity. Was really cheap back then. It didn't really matter on the grand scale of things. So yeah. Now, what are my plans for it? A lot of people, in fact, the post I did about it got downvoted, which is thinkable. A lot of people look down on this system, but how can I put it? It's got the most weak CPUs possible. It's called the Xeon 5520. Now you can upgrade it to the 5690 ones, and they are nice. They are much more powerful. They're the X-type processors, best of their days. Same kind of power usage, really, but they're much more powerful. So I want to put 2 of them in there. And then I want to get 144 gigs of DDR3 in there. And then I want to try to, how can I put it, somehow quieten those freaking fans down. Now, not to do industrial 12 volt fans. Now, if I can get them in there, they'll be so much quieter. Oh God, so much quieter. If I can do that and replace all those fans with Noctua fans, then the unit will be almost silent, literally almost silent compared to what it is now. It's crazy. So those are options. Unfortunately, there's stuff in the BIOS and there's stuff that you need to change because the server, it's one of those servers where if you alter the speed of the fans, it starts to panic. So I'm going to have to work out a way around that. But what could I use it for? I could use it as a backup Plex, a backup NAS, so many things. But more, it's going to be a project of what can I do with this to turn it into a less of a distro. And I want to see if there's any, if any of the more modern Platinum series server power supplies will work in it and improve its efficiency and things like that. I'm willing to try all of these things to see whether it's possible. Anyway, so it's going to be my ultimate horrible, weird, crazy project. So this is Jason for the Quiver channel. Bye bye.